Hello students, welcome back to the next session of first PUC classes bridge course what we have already discussed in the last two videos. There we have discussed mainly two things. First one is quadratic equations and the next one is some definitions of trigonometry right now. So actually in quadratic equation, you know what is quadratic equation? Here the general formula for quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to constant. In this equation a, B, C are the numbers, real numbers. Okay, but x is a function. Here the value of x, the power of x is 2 means this value should not be equal to 0. Quadratic means what will be the maximum power of this equation? Maximum value, it should be 2. So to maintain this x square value is not equal to 0, the constant a should not be equal to 0. Then only we can say it is a quadratic equation. These two values may be 0, right? So this is the general formula for quadratic equation. So in the high school you have solved n number of problems related to these quadratic equations. There are different methods. Factorization method is one of the best method to simplify quadratic equation. So there if it is not possible, we are using a general formula to simplify quadratic equations. To get the solution of quadratic equation, x is equal to minus b plus r minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So this is the general formula for solution of quadratic equation. Solution of quadratic equation. So with the help of this formula also we can solve any quadratic equation. Now after this quadratic equation we have discussed one of the factor, that is binomial theorem. In binomial theorem we have taken 1 plus x to the power of n is equal to 1 plus nx. That one I already told. If the value of x is very much less than 1, if the value of x is very much less than 1, if the value of x is very much less than 1, we are ignoring the higher terms. We are getting next term value also up to nth value. So in physics, to simplify the power of any number, just you remember this formula, it can help to simplify the power of any number. Right? See, for example, if I consider to simplify this power, we have taken an equation, acceleration due to gravity g dash at any height h, which should be equal to g of, after simplification I am writing the formula, after simplification 1 plus h divided by r whole to the power of minus 2. I have taken the expression for acceleration due to gravity at certain height. G is the acceleration due to gravity on the earth's surface. 1 plus h by r. H is the height and r is the radius of earth. 2 is the power of this equation. To simplify this term, we are using the binomial theorem condition. Here h by r is very much less than 1. R is the radius of earth, which is around 6,400 kilometers. Compared to this h value, R is a very large number. So small number divided by very large number, which is very less than 1. Fraction value less than 1. That's why we can ignore the higher terms. We can use the binomial theorem to simplify this power. Okay. So compare these two. Exactly similar now. So 1 plus x to the power of n means 1 plus h by r whole to the power of. So n is replaced by minus 2, x is replaced by h by r, and 1 is 1 only. Use this condition to simplify. You can write g dash is equal to g of 1 plus 1 plus. Here 1 plus. N is minus 2. N is minus 2. X is h by r. Clear now? Here minus of plus is minus, which can be written as g of 1 minus 2h divided by r. So like this, in physics, we are using binomial theorem to simplify, to understand certain concepts in the physical concepts. Okay, so this binomial theorem and quadratic equation can help in many situations to understand physical concepts. Here this equation can help to S is equal to ut plus half at square. This is the quadratic equation form. This is the equation for displacement. U is the initial velocity, A is acceleration, and T is the time factor. So which is similar to this one, quadratic equation. So in physics, we are considering these physical quantities in the form of quadratic state. So which can help to understand physics. Okay. So quadratic equation can also important to understand physical concepts. Now we already discussed one more important thing, especially that is very important tool for physics, that should be trigonometry or trigonometrical ratios. So trigonometry means trigono means triangle, trigono means triangle, metric means measurement, triangle measurements. In trigonometry, throughout the trigonometry, we are considering only right angle triangle. Only right angle triangle. There are different types of triangles, you know that. In that, especially in trigonometry, we are considering only right angle triangle. So right angle triangle, you know that the angle between these two sides is 90 degree, then only it is right angle. So if this is 90 degree and this angle is reference angle theta. So for the 90 degree, the opposite to the 90 degree is called hypotenuse side. For this reference angle theta, this will become opposite side. If this is the reference angle, this should be the opposite side. But I am taken this as a reference angle. That's why this side will become opposite side, and the rest of the side is said to be adjacent side. You have to remember these three sides in the right angle triangle carefully. So one is hypotenuse, exactly opposite to 90 degree. Hypotenuse does not changes, it is fixed. But this position may be changes. If the reference angle theta here, this is opposite. If the reference angle theta is here, this will be the opposite. Only that thing you have to remember carefully. So there are three trigonometric ratios. The first definition is sin theta. Sin theta is equal to opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Opposite side divided by hypotenuse. If this is theta, this is opposite side, hypotenuse. That ratio is sin theta. Cos theta, cosine of this. Cos theta is, if this is theta, adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Adjacent side divided by hypotenuse is cos theta. And tan theta, tangent we can say 90 degree. To get this tangent, hypotenuse we won't consider. Opposite side divided by adjacent side. Opposite side divided by adjacent side. So don't forget to these ratios are very important. So this can help for many measurements in physics, in the physics concepts. There we are using many times these concepts for the measurement if there is a right angle triangle. So sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. So if I take the reciprocal of this, opposites by hypotenuse, if I take the reciprocal of sin theta, it will become hypotenuse divided by opposite. So hypotenuse by opposite, here we name it as 1 by sin theta, 1 divided by sin theta. This 1 by sin theta is called cosecant theta. Cosecant theta. And reciprocal of this is hypotenuse divided by adjacent side, which is equal to reciprocal of cos theta. It means 1 by cos theta. 1 by cos theta is secant theta. First one is cosecant theta, second one is secant theta. Reciprocal of tan theta is adjacent side divided by opposite side, which is equal to 1 by tan theta. 1 by tan theta can be written as cot theta, C-O-T, cot theta. So these ratios are very, very important. So in the next part, I am going to write the value of sin theta, cos theta and tan theta with certain standard angle. Here the certain standard angles are, we consider values of sin theta, cos theta in this table. Say this is the table. You should remember these values. One is sin theta, another one is cos theta, 0 degree, 30 degree, 60 degree, and another one is for next 90 degree. So this table is very important. You have to remember all the values. So I will give a shortcut to remember these values, and later on I will show how to take the values of sin theta, cos theta by using this mathematical tables, class table. That one you already bought in the shop. So in the next video I will show how to use these mathematical tables. There we are going to use logarithmic values and trigonometric values. So logarithmic values also required in the calculation purpose. So that's why I already told. So please, all the students can buy, if you are not buy this type of books, mathematical tables. Actually this is the book provided by the pre-university, right? But so these books are not available in the market. So you will get logarithmic tables, that one you can buy. So this is the book provided in the PU board. So here in the examination they will provide this type of book. Okay. Now let us come to these values, trigonometric values, sin theta, cos theta and tan theta for standard angles. Angle let us consider for 0 degree, 30 degree, 60, 45 degree I will consider, one more 45 degree and 60 degree. Last one is for 90 degree. So these four values of angles you have to remember. The sin function, sin theta value, cos theta value and tan theta value. See here, sine means one complete sine wave. In terms of wave, I will use, this is one complete sine wave. To get one complete sine wave, what will be the total phase or total angle? It should be 360 degree. It means one complete circle. So this is 0 degree, this one is 90 degree, sorry, this one is 90 degree, and here it is 180 degree. Here it is 270 degree and here it is 360 degree. This one is 90 degree. It means from 0 to 90 degree sine function increases. From 0 to 90 degree sine function increases. But from 0 to 90 degree cos function decreases, because cos wave should be written like this. So the cos wave. So this is 90 degree and this is 180 degree. And this one is 270 degree position and this one is 360 degree position. Then how to write the cos wave? See here, sine wave starts from 0. From 0 to 90 degree increases. 0 to 90 degree increases right now. But cos wave decreases from 0 to 90 degree. It means it starts from the value +1 to 0. Here the value of sine is maximum +1. The minimum value of sine is -1. Same thing here also. Cos value starts from here +1 and ends 0 in the negative decrease or decreasing value here. See, sine value from 0 to 90 degree increases. Cos value from 0 to 90 degree it decreases. From 90 degree to 180 degree again it is increases in the reverse direction. From 90 degree to 270, again increases and ends at the same position here. Its value varies from again +1 to -1 only. It means sine value and cos value varies between +1 and -1. So here from plus the value decreases and reaches to this position. Like this we are doing. Again increases and becomes 9. Clear now? This is cos variation, this is sine variation. See, from 0 degree to 90 degree, from 0 degree to 90 degree, cos value like this. Cos value decreases 0 and then decreases in the reverse, increases in the reverse direction like this. See here, 0, 0 degree, 0 degree. What is the value of this is sine function as I told, sine, and this is cosine, cos I will take. From 0 to 90 degree, sine value increases. So here 0 to +1 is exactly midpoint. Here no, exactly midpoint. So what is the value of sine 0? Sine 0 is 0. Sine 0 is 0. Exactly midpoint +1 no. This is what? Half. It means it is 30 degree. It means sine 30 is 1 by 2. From here to here it is 1. Exactly midpoint is half. It will be exactly for 30 degree. Again for 45 degree. Say 45 degree is midpoint of 90 degree now. Here it is 0, 90, exactly midpoint 90 degree. So its value is somewhere here. It is 1 by √2. Exactly at 60 degree. 60 means here now. 60 degree. Its value is a √3 by 2. Exact at 90 degree. Its value is +1. +1. It means from 0 to 90 degree, sine value increases. See, sine 0, 0, sine 30 degree, half, sine 45 degree, 1 by √2, sine 60 degree, √3 by 2, sine 90 degree, 1. These values, how we are getting here? See here? Clear now? Next, come to the cos function. See, while writing cos value, we take the reverse direction. We start 1, √3 by 2, 1 by √2, 1 by 2, 0. Why it is like that value? See here, this is 0 now, this is +1 now. Exactly midpoint is how much? Half. Half means it will crosses this position. See here, this one is 60 degree. So like that. See, for 90 degree it is +1. For 60 degree it is √3 by 2. For 45 degree same value, sin 45 is equal to cos 45. For 60 degree it should be half. For 60 degree it should be half. We are getting 60 degree. Like that it is decreasing. That's why we have to write 1 √3 by 2, 1 by √2, 1 by 2, 0. In the reverse direction we can write. If you remember sine values of 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, while writing cos, you write in the reverse direction. Because sine value increases, cos value decreases. Next, what is tan theta? So I will tell one more formula is tan theta is equal to sin theta divided by cos theta. See, if I take sin theta by cos theta, sin theta divided by cos theta. So what is sin theta? Opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side by hypotenuse. Whole divided by what is cos theta? Adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse get cancelled. So what are we getting? Opposites by adjacent. It means tan theta can also be written as what? Sin theta by cos theta. So that's why sin theta by cos theta means 0 by 1. 0 by 1 is what? 0. 0 by 1 is 0, but 1 by 0 is infinity. Any number by 0 is said to be infinity. See, 1 divided by 0 is infinity. Then what is the value of tan 90 degree? Tan 90 degree value is infinity. Next, 1 by 2 divided by √3 by 2. See, 1 by 2 whole divided by √3 by 2. 2 to get cancels. It becomes 1 by √3. Next is 1 by 2 whole divided by 1 by 2. Exactly 1 now. It means tan 45 degree is equal to 1. Tan 45 is exactly 1. So next one is root 3 by 2 whole divided by 1 by 2. 2 to get cancels, only will get root 3. So these are all the sine values, cos values and tan values. Clear? So dear students, you should remember these values. See, as I told, if you remember the first row, then it is easy to write the second row and third row. The second row is reverse of first row and the third row is a ratio of first row and second row. Because the definition of tan theta is opposites by hypotenuse. How do you get opposite by hypotenuse? Sine by cos only. So that's why tan theta is equal to sine theta divided by cos theta. With that, we are getting these values. So I kindly request from all the students, please remember these ratios and these values. So why I am taken this graph means sine value increases from 0 to 90, decreases from 90 to 180. But cos value decreases from 0 to 90 and it is increases in the reverse direction from 90 to 180. From 180 to 270 increases in reverse but negative value. From 270 to 360 increases from plus 0 to plus 1. See here? Increases from 0 to plus 1, decreases from plus 1 to 0, increases from 0 to 1 with negative sign. That's why I can say increases from 0 to minus 1. Decreases from minus 1 to 0. Clear now? So in this way, sine function and cos function can vary. So you should remember these values. So this is a standard table. So this is an angle value, and this is a function value. This is angle and this is function. Clear now? So in the next video, so dear students, in the next video, I am going to explain how to use the mathematical table and how we are getting these values in this table, and also logarithmic values. So for that reason, so I request from all the students, please buy a mathematical table or class table for your personal book, and there in the next video I am going to explain how to use that mathematical tables. Okay, so there you are going to learn first what is logarithms, what is the use of logarithms, and how to write the logarithmic values, and later on we are going to use how to see these trigonometric values also, and then we are going to discuss some standard relations in the trigonometry. Okay, so with this I am going to end this session. Thank you for watching this video.